in there with the mentality that whatever happens inside that party, it just stays at the party. Like I've seen her other men. We went on 2 different occasions. The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out.
See the creator that is in that video right there's name is Sneako. The one that told the story about his girl getting cracked. And if you don't know who Sneako is, which you know who Sneako is, let's be real. He's a very popular ex-Red Pill creator. But before that, he made a different type of content. More of artistic content. Vlog style, interview, concept type of videos. I would show you, but his channel got deleted because we'll get to that. But a lot of y'all don't know who he was before the whole Red Pill gimmick that he did. So let me put you on real quick. Sneako started out making simple videos where he will talk about different aspects of life like love, drugs, happiness, or even in some cases his future, or just the future of everybody. His videos were very unique, and the reason why they were so unique is because they were so raw, but at the same time his editing was amazing. The style of his videos was just fresh, it was new, it was something that nobody's ever seen before on the platform. It got to the point where people were calling him the Kanye of YouTube, because just like as Kanye is a crazy innovator and a very creative mind, Sneako was too. But also just like Kanye, Sneako was a crash out. When I say crash out, I'm not talking about the fake YN, oh I switched cheese, yeah. Meanwhile, this person lives in the gated community. I'm talking about the type of crash out that he'll be doing everything perfect. YouTube channel pulling hella views, gaining notoriety across the whole platform of YouTube. Everybody is basically just falling in love with his content. And then he'll just make a video talking about how he loves a movie that sexualizes 13-year-olds. Like, this guy was just so random. It was crazy. Sneako is the king of just ruining his own success. He'll be doing so good. Gaining followers, gaining fans, hell, gaining bread, changing his life. And he'll see all of the success, look at it, be like, I'm really doing good for myself. Let me just find another way to fuck it up. And he does this repeatedly. And I'm trying not to cuss, but I had to use that word this one time because for some reason this guy just loves doing it. Like, I wish I could show you his old YouTube channel. It's literally him doing good for like 2-3 months and then him making a crazy tape, or him going on a generational run, him hitting 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and then he just starts posting all of a sudden for like 6 months, and then he'll come back, go on another generational run, come out with a crazy new idea that changes the whole landscape of YouTube, and then he'll just go on a random podcast talking about how he lets his girl get crushed right in front of him and he doesn't do anything about it. And if you think I'm playing around, that clip is literally what I'm talking about. Like, everything I just said actually happened in chronological order. You wanna know how I know this? Because I used to be a Sneako fan. Actually, one of the biggest Sneako's fans, bro. I used to watch damn near all of his videos. The concept of it was just crazy. My old content before I started doing this daily thing was partially inspired by Sneako. Even though I didn't do vlogs, the concepts I would talk about and how deep I would go into the topics and the hot takes I would make are all inspiration from how Sneako did it. Hell, even this video kind of has Sneako essence. Maybe I'm just glazing, I don't know. But something I always liked about him is how authentic he was. And that's also why, even if my opinions might not be popular, I try to give my authentic opinion because he did it. I just respected him way more. He was also very unapologetic and just open about his life and what happens in his life, which is why we know that he lets his girlfriend get caught. It's kind of similar to how I love Kanye. Like, I just love both of their arts. At the same time, being a Sneako fan back then was so hard because, again, like I said before, he'll be doing so good, then he'll mess it up. He'll do so good again, then he'll mess it up. Then he did the ultimate mess up where he embarrassed himself in front of hundreds of thousands of people, hell, millions. I mean, the clip went mega viral, and all of a sudden the quote-unquote Kanye of YouTube, one of the most creative minds on the platform, was just known as a cuck, basically overnight. And this changed Sneako. It really did, because right after that he made a sharp and drastic change to his content. He went from talking about life to talking about how women ain't shit. He went about talking about his future to talking about how women aren't the future and the men don't. How women should just obey men. Basically, I'm trying to say he went into the Red Pill kind of Andrew Tate type of meta, which I hate that trope. And actually, for a while, he was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Red Pill content creator for a good minute. And for like 1.5 years straight, all you would hear about Sneako is just another crazy Red Pill take that he made. And if you don't know about the takes I'm talking about, I'm gonna play him right now.
Is it all women in this fucking game? Bro, what do they think their target audience is? Call of Duty. We play this game to remember what it was like before all the woke nonsense, before everything went LGBT. Every single cutscene, woman telling me what to do. We have enough women telling us what to do and how to act and what we're supposed to say in real life. Now when we log into the game after a hard day of work, I gotta get bitched at by more women.
Why do you think pussy from 10 different people is better than pussy from one person that you really love?
Because then you get comfortable. Respectfully, bro, like you're out of shape and stuff like that, and I don't want to be like that. I want to be a high status person. I want to constantly work. And respectfully, both of you who are talking about this are overweight. Yeah, bro, you're fat. You got a shitty haircut. You can't tell me shit about my you look ugly, bro. You look goofy in here.
looks like a
Pop a gut.
comb-over.
You don't talk about health when you name yourself about how fat you are. You don't want to change, clearly. And the girl on the left, bro, you're saying the same Tumblr that every girl says.
So yeah, his takes were crazy. And then the more crazy takes he was making, the more popular he just seemingly became. See, Sneako was a master at rage bait. And the reason why he kept on doing it is one, because he was hurt, and two, because he made a lot of money from it. See, this is a thing that a lot of people don't talk about in the Sneako story. People think that Sneako just did the red pill stuff just because he was hurt. Yeah, he was hurt a little bit. I mean, he was embarrassed and all of that too. But I'm gonna just tell y'all this right now. Content creators don't just make content for the fuck of it. We make content because it's cool, it's fun, and also we want money. And around this time, Sneako was generating a lot of money. There was even a clip, I'm gonna try to find it if I can, of him saying that back in his prime on YouTube when he was still on the platform, we're gonna get to that in a second, he was making over 100,000 a month at minimum. And this is off of making rage bait, low effort type of content, which he had never made before that point. And comparing that to the amount of money that he made before that, I'm gonna just assume it wasn't even close, because here's the thing about YouTube that a lot of people don't talk about. YouTube doesn't reward creativity as much as they should anymore. See, the content that Sneako was making was really good content. It deserved to be rewarded with a lot of pay, but in all reality, he was posting like maybe at most once a week. His videos took a long time to make because of the editing quality that he had, you feel me? And if you're posting one video a week, let's say the video gets over 100,000, but maybe 100,000 or 200,000, you're likely generating around 1 million views per month, which sounds like a lot of views and a lot of money, but with YouTube and how content works, isn't as much as you would think. And also, you also got to remember this. He was making vlog type of content, and even though the editing quality was high, YouTube doesn't pay a crazy amount for that type of content. So in all reality, his CPM was around 2 or 3 p.m., maybe 4 or 5 at max. So he was probably making around 4,000 to 5,000 a month, which again sounds good, but if you're living in New York, which he did live in, and content creation is your only form of income, you're barely affording to pay rent. 'Cause I mean, we all know how high New York rent is. I mean, you could barely afford to live in a studio apartment. Like, I seen a clip of an apartment that people were actually selling. It was basically like a 4x4, maybe the size of this room. They were selling it for like $3,000. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, New York, I gotta fix that, because I'm not paying $3,000 to live with roaches and rats and all of that, man. You got that crazy. But back to what I'm trying to say. I think we can all kind of understand why Sneako went the route that he went when he was making almost 10 to 15 times the amount of money doing that than from what he was doing in the past. And I'm not saying I would ever do anything like that, but I can't really blame him too much for doing it. I mean, at the end of the day, he does have to make a living, and that's just what he did. But at the end of the day, life isn't just about money. And while Sneako got rich, it came with a hefty price. Because like I mentioned earlier, he was making a lot of this money off of YouTube, but YouTube didn't really like the content he was making because he was going crazy. Like, to put it in perspective, people thought he was worse than Fresh and Fit back then in 2022.
She gotta cook, clean, fuck, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Come on, man. We off that.
50-50.
We off that.
Y'all understand how bad you gotta be. How Myron literally was wearing Klansman costume and calling black women disgusting. And Andrew Tate got arrested for sex crimes. Do y'all understand how bad you gotta be worse than them two individuals? So needless to say, he got packed up off of YouTube. And it wasn't just YouTube, it was Twitch, Instagram. Hell, eventually he got packed off of Kick, which back then, getting banned off of Kick was insanely crazy. Because this was back in the times where Aiden Ross was showing his audience porn and shit. You feel me? Like, you had to do some crazy, outlandish stuff to get banned. Not to mention, he even appeared in Congress or the Senate or some government, high-ranking government courthouse or whatever you call that. I don't know. Parliament. Yeah, whatever. You understand what I'm trying to say. They were watching his streams and they was trying to try him for hate speech. And while he was making a lot of money, his social image was at an all-time low. Sneako's had some crazy takes before, right? But at this point, he was reaching a point of no recovery. And a lot of his friends started to see that, and they started distancing themselves away from him. How even at a point, Andrew Tate wasn't claiming him. Like, Sneako was going down a path of pure isolation and degeneracy. But it was getting that bad. So he thought it was all cool for a while, until he didn't. I was watching somebody else's video on this topic. I think it was Omeezy's, and he put a clip of Sneako interacting with a couple of his fans into the video. I really do feel like this was the changing point, or the eye-opener that he needed at the time. For a little bit of context, one of his fans seen him, wanted the picture, and they just wanted to say something that they thought he would mess with.
Did you take woman?
What? No, wait.
Sneako.
We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know he went home and had a deep deep session with him in his room in the dark. Not jerking off, just thinking like, I don't know what you thought I meant. But yeah, I'm not finna lie, this is when stuff starts getting real to you. As a content creator, you don't really realize how many people you do influence with your content, because keeping it real, all of the views we see, all of the subscribers we get, all of the comments we see, they just kind of look like statistics, bro. If I can't see your face, I don't really view you as a real person sometimes. It is not because we don't respect y'all, it's just because we don't see you. See, even right now, I feel like I'm talking to one of y'all. You may feel like I'm talking to one of you, but in all reality, I'm just talking to a camera through a mic. You're just watching me through a screen. I don't know you, and you don't really know me. And while you may feel like you do know me, I could act completely different off of this camera, and you would never know. I don't, but you know, I'm really authentic now that I think about it. I talk exactly like this to my friends. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. We don't realize the actual impacts our content has. A lot of y'all might not realize this, but we influence y'all a lot more than you think. From the way you speak, to the way you think, hell, to the way you even dress, we influence you a lot. That's why we're called influencers. Some of y'all probably have never watched one of my videos before. You don't really know me, but you've seen that I have 500,000 subscribers, and you just automatically assume that a lot of people have subscribed to me and chose to subscribe to me. So I'm probably a valid source because a lot of people view my opinions valid. But in all reality, I could just be a dumbass. I mean, yeah, I got the subscribers, yeah, I got the views, but that doesn't really validate anything I say. You just think it does because I got a lot of followers. But the reason why you're still watching this video, and the reason why a lot of people do watch me, because they like how I talk, or they like my opinions, or they like my videos. And the more you like of me, the more you start to follow what I do. See, I've recently done experiments with my chat, which, by the way, if you don't follow me on Twitch, go follow my Twitch, be part of Sneako. My chat is amazing. One of the experiments I've ran is saying a word that you may have heard before, you may have heard somebody say before, but I say it a lot, and that's fam. I say fam a lot, fam, and I ain't gonna lie. The more I say it, the more I hear people say it around me, and the more I hear people say it in chat. And yeah, that word isn't a niche word. I mean, you feel me? A lot of people do say fam. The more I say it on my streams, the more I see it in chat. People don't even realize they're doing it. I barely realize I'm doing it half the time. But the more I say things and the more I do things, the more influence I have on people. That's also why personally I'm also trying to curse a little bit less, because I don't want bad habits onto y'all, even though I may curse a little bit. You get the point. I'm not just trying to talk about me. I mean, we can see examples of this everywhere. Kaisen that. Hell, I mean, he has hella influence on just content creators, period. Like, look at Twitch and peep how many content creators are doing subathons all of a sudden. After Kai just did his major subathon. And hell, groups like FaZe have a lot of influence too. They've revolutionized how you clip farm, how you rage bait, all of that, bro. We as content creators have major influence. But the thing is, a lot of times we're not mindful of that. And also, we don't see people. We just see all as numbers, like I said earlier. So instead of trying to influence people the right way, oftentimes we just look for the best way to make money. And this is where I feel Sneako realized what he was doing. He was saying all of this rage bait, which I believe wholeheartedly. Half of the shit he said, he doesn't even believe. But he was saying it because he got views, he was getting money. People loved hearing him crash out, say crazy things. That's why they will watch his streams. That's why they will watch his video. People just love seeing people go crazy. The more and more people who watched him do that, the more and more he did, and the more money he made. Eventually, along his path, he started realizing that what he was doing was damaging the youth. It was damaging other people, and it was damaging people's image of him, and it was also damaging his soul. Because yeah, he was making money, but it was hated. He had no friends. Because yeah, around this time, Fresh and Fit started to, you feel me, clash with Sneako. And Fresh and Fit, that's a whole topic for another day. They're just as bad now, I'm not gonna lie. But it got to the point where people just started getting tired of Sneako. I mean, all he did was rage bait. Content creators didn't want to collab with him because he was a brand risk. He had to start streaming on Rumble, of all places, which Rumble is basically the internet wasteland besides Kick. And nobody was trying to see him there. And it even got to a point where earlier this year, it was a popular trend of just saying Sneako is irrelevant. Because he was. I mean, nobody really cared about him. His audience started leaving him because he was in a weird place where he was trying to pull back on the crazy things he said, but at the same time he built his audience off of saying crazy things and feeling dopamine. So his audience wasn't really supporting him, so he was trying to still cater to his audience, but at the same time he started feeling bad about what he was doing, so he kind of just became irrelevant. He's kind of stayed this way this whole year until about a month ago he finally went viral for a decent reason. There's a streamer called Jake Future, and he's like a disabled streamer or content creator that a lot of other content creators collab with to, you feel me, you know, get attention or whatever. You know how content creators are. He recently had a birthday party. He invited every single streamer that he collabed with, and the only person who showed up was Sneako. And not only was Sneako the only person to show up, he was the only person to respond to Jake's invite.
My assistant's saying not to say this, but I have to say it. That blew my mind, seeing no streamer not only not show up, because I understand it's in, you know, it's out the way, but not even respond to his birthday invite. Jake messaged every streamer. Not only did they not show up, which I get they're busy, but they didn't even text him back. The crazy part is, I know how difficult it is for Jake to even send a message. For him to unlock his phone, to press in the photos, to send, that takes him 10 times, 100 times the effort that it takes us.
Tommy, how come you didn't come, bro? Tommy, he sent you the invite. I got the same flyer. Bro, you didn't even reply. You didn't even reply to the birthday. Oh. No. None of them came? I thought you only invited me. No, I invited you. What the fuck?
Couldn't even respond. And you know, I don't really like dissing or talking shit about other content creators, but that's messed up, man. When a lot of people were applauding Sneako for being the only guy to show up and support Jake. I mean, this is his birthday. He went through the trouble to invite y'all. Why can't y'all come, bro? Like, come on, man. And not even come, right? Let me chill, because you know, they're busy. But at least respond, or have somebody respond. Like, don't just ignore it, bro. And this situation was one of the first time that Sneako's had good publicity in what it feels like years. Because this clip did go viral, like make it viral. You probably already heard about this. This one clip I just showed y'all has 21 million views on TikTok. So for once, Sneako has gone viral for a good thing. And after this happened, people started tapping back into Sneako to just see what he's been doing. For the past month or two, it feels like, he started posting new aesthetic videos. And they have been amazing. I mean, I don't know how much I can show on YouTube because he's banned here, but truly, go to Sneako's Twitter and watch his new videos. They're literally just works of art. It feels like I'm watching the old Sneako. I feel like the creative 14-year-old turning 21, all of that, and the clip farming, rage baiting, red pill, degenerate Sneako was fading away. And of course, with his content, you still see small remnants of what he did. I mean, he did it for like 2 years. Like, it's gonna be a part of you, even if it's an act at this point. You can see him progressing with his religion, his beliefs, living life, talking about old concepts. It's really just beautiful to see.
It's very cold, so I'm gonna keep this video quick. This is about doing what you love. The reason I'm back in New York, even though I still have my place in Miami, is because I want to do what I love again. I like streaming, but I love making videos. It's been 2 weeks since I streamed, and originally it was for personal reasons, and then this whole boycott thing happened with Kick and Aiden Ross, and I told Aiden to stop gambling when I saw him win $1 million in an hour, and then immediately become depressed because he wanted to make another million.
Brother, yo. What?
The dopamine wore off from that gambling hit, and then all he could think about was making the next million. The satisfaction of having that much money did nothing for him. It was all about the chase. I've made a lot of money. I've became very famous, but I can tell you the pursuit of happiness is always going to come from doing what you love. If there's no meaning behind what you're building, you might as well not do it at all. There's so many downsides to being back in New York City. Like, it's freezing cold. There's a lot of liberals around here. Yesterday I was in a car with a bunch of girls and they were all talking about astrology, and immediately I got a headache. You don't see that as much in Miami. It's good weather. You're gonna have a good time. There's good food. People are always gonna be attractive. They put a lot of time and effort into their appearance, but I don't love it there. I love the grittiness about New York City. I love the authenticity that people have here. I like when people ask for pictures and they feel like they're dick sucking. They don't want to be too foreign about it. They're like, yo, because people in New York are not trying to be the main character. People in New York are not here to social climb. They're not here for fake relationships, and there's no sense of clout chasing for the most part. In other places like Miami or LA, that's all you're gonna find. LA is a city filled with people who are not content with who they are, and so they're always playing dress up. I've always found that this is a place where you go if you want to build something great. There are far more people that I disagree with. The taxes are terrible here. A lot of the times it smells like piss. This is the only place I've been to where I've seen a pack of gay people flick me off, where a rabbi has come up to me to tell me how hateful and how terrible of a person I am. Yet I always find myself coming back. And I don't find a more productive use of your time than doing what you love doing.
I'm finna binge watch all his Twitter videos, bro. Like, right after I get off of this, no, I gotta stream, damn. Bro, this is Sneako. This is what we've been missing for years. The old Sneako is back. And I actually won't say the old Sneako is back. Let's take that back. The new Sneako is here. This is a new era of Sneako. But it feels like he went on a journey. It was a different person almost. And now he's back. And he's back doing what he loves. And I like one of the things he just mentioned in this whole little video, this clip of the video, which by the way, go to his Twitter and watch it, bro. I know that video is gonna be a classic. But doing what you love is so important in life. You can make as much money as you want. It's cool, right? You feel me? Making money is fun. But the fun about it isn't the money per se. It's the chasing to get the money. We as humans love journeys. Our whole life is a journey. Everything we do is to get somewhere else or somewhere better. We're very ambitious people. That's just how we're made. And a lot of times when you get everything you want, you feel like life is kind of pointless. Why am I living when I've already achieved what I've wanted to achieve? That's why you see a lot of these young influencers that blow up really quick, get a lot of money really quick, and by the time they're 18, they're already rich and successful, end up going crazy and being depressed. It's not just because of the drugs. It's not just because of the pressure. It's because they feel like they've already completed life. And when you've already completed life at such a young age, it kind of makes the rest of your life not feel like it's worth living. That's one thing that I've always thought about with this content creating thing, bro. What's my end goal with this? I feel like an end goal for me personally, not trying to talk about myself too much. Hell, it's my video. I'm finna talk about myself all I want to. But I feel like one place I want to be by the end of this whole content creation thing is I want to make my own path and do my own thing. But I feel like I kind of want to just give back in some way. I think every streamer should. I mean, what's the point of making all of this money at such a young age and then just buying cars, buying jewelry? That's cool, right? But like, that's not why I made the money. I made the money because it's fun. I wanted to see if I could do it. I don't think nobody actually cares about the money they've made. It's whatever. It's just materialistic. That's why you see people like Kai or Speed. They keep on going. They keep on doing bigger things. That's why you see Mr. Beast keep on doing bigger challenges. It's not for more money. They don't need more money. They just want to achieve more things. But I feel like once you achieve everything you've achieved, you'll kind of feel empty. And that's why I feel like the journey is more valuable than what you do on the journey. Are you making good connections? Are you changing people's lives? Are you benefiting people? Are you doing what you love? Are you helping people? That's what it really should be about. Not just, yo, am I making a meal this year or not? Like, who cares? No successful content creator is broke, like, at all. Hell, I'm not broke. And I'm nowhere near the status of those people. I feel like oftentimes we just kind of get lost of what's really important. And while I'm rambling and kind of saying a lot of nothing, but at the same time I'm making sense, I don't know, I just do this. I feel like it's like my favorite word right now. It feels like I just changed one word. I just add 2 letters to what I just said. I ain't gonna lie. It feels like getting a lot of money. I mean, you'll probably get more hoes on your dick, but if you're not doing something you love and you're not doing it in a way that makes you happy, who cares? Because nobody cares about this. I feel like as people, we should just stop caring about the end goal as much and just focus on the journey, bro. Live in the moment. Enjoy what is happening right now. Enjoy that stream where you only have 5 people, those 5 people being your boys. Who cares if you make money? As long as y'all have a good time, it doesn't matter. And once you get that money you want, bro, don't be afraid to give back or help other people do the same thing. I feel like a lot of streamers and just YouTubers, we're greedy. We make all of this money, but we don't give it back. We don't help people. We just hoard all of it in our bank accounts, buy all the cars we want, to get everything we want, and just, we just hold on to it, saying, yo, I'm gonna need it for later because this YouTube thing don't ever last. But family, you don't need $100 million for later, bro. Like, you'll be cool with the 5 you made. Like, come on, man. Ambition can be beautiful, but greed can be evil. And honestly, the best path through life is making a balance between the two. And I think Sneako is starting to realize that, which is why I feel like Sneako is back. And he's finally right for once. I ain't gonna lie. Last thing I'm finna show y'all is a clip that's been going viral on the internet that involves Sneako. Apparently, he found this white girl in New York, raised her up, and apparently he secured the bag. But I'm not showing y'all a clip because of that. I'm just showing y'all this clip because just look at Sneako. Notice how Sneako's acting. Look at the smile on Sneako's face. He truly does look like he's enjoying the content that he's making.
What's one thing you want for Christmas?
Probably like a bunny.
A bunny? I know what I want. I can get you a bunny.
You want to get me a bunny?
I can get you a bunny.
Okay.
Have you pet a bunny before?
Yeah, the farm I work at has bunnies at.
You work at a farm?
Yeah, I work at a vegan animal sanctuary.
I like this one.
Okay, my love.
Oh my god. I have no pets.
None.
So maybe I'll come here more often.
You should.
What would you rate that experience 1 through 10?
Like 10 out of 10.
That was fun, right?
Well, obviously I got to pet a bunny and like everything else.
You don't often give 10s. That was a 10 out of 10 experience.
Now maybe he was just smiling because that girl is fine as hell. But hey, man, hey, at least he's happy again. But hey, to all of my fellow Sneako fans, he's finally back. If you want to find this content, it's on his Twitter. I'm finna binge watch this probably tomorrow. Honestly, y'all should too. Tap into Sneako, give him a chance, bro. The main thing I love about it is that he's finally found himself again and found his soul again. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of content creators get so tapped into their content, so on go about what they're trying to put out that they forget what they're actually putting out and what's the message and meaning behind what they're putting out. Content creation should be about entertainment and also spreading a good message. Also influencing your audience in the right way instead of just a negative rage baity way. And I'm glad that he finally got back to what he loves doing and what benefits his soul. Do everything in love. 1 Corinthians 16:14. You're doing something, make sure you have soul behind it. Make sure you want to do it. You feel like it's the right thing to do. If God allows it, you got it. Also, money's not everything. I'd rather make soulful content than just make brain rock content. And I'm glad more and more content creators are starting to realize that. Follow my Twitch if you want to see me talk about more things like this. Go follow my YouTube reaction channel if you want to see more content. And go follow my lifestyle. I appreciate y'all for watching. Praise God. Jesus love you. Stay blessed. We out.